welcome back to Cambridge Library Storytime Online. You can't come to visit us in the library yet, but we can come to you. And I've got some very special books today. I thought I'd share 3 stories today that are from the Children's Book Week nominations. Now these ones are very special ones that are published every year. There's 5 different categories, but I've picked one from the early readers category, and I think I might have picked one from the picture books and another one as well. You can see which one you like, and if you'd like to borrow them, you can request them from the library as well. There's lots of really good ones. Maybe you can ask your mum and your dad to have a look at the lists and see if they might find other ones that they can read to you, or maybe your big brothers and sisters might like to read. But to make sure that we're ready to hear all the stories really well, can you touch your ears? Can you give them a wiggle? Can you give them a jiggle? Can you touch them with your shoulders? And push your shoulders right down. Can you touch them with your shoulders and do those great big circles going forwards? Because we really need to have our ears switched on for these special books today. We've got to keep balanced. So can we go backwards? Roll your shoulders backwards. But when you're at story time, you're very clever. You can do more than one thing at the same time. It's called multitasking. So we're going to roll our shoulders and we're going to count as well. We're going to count out loud to this many. How many is this many? 5. Are you ready? Making our shoulders go this way. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you do it backwards? Roll your shoulders and count backwards at the same time. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Let's see, can we do one more way? Tricky way. Can we do both shoulders at the same time? See if your mum and dad can do this too. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's tricky, but it makes your brain wake up. Is this my brain? No, my brain's in here. Can you touch your top of your head? Can you touch your ears? Can you touch your nose? What about your shoulders? I think we've warmed all those parts up, so we might be ready to do one nursery rhyme before we start our story. Now, I went on the internet and I found some nursery rhymes that I didn't know. And I thought I like this one so much that I'm going to share it with you as well. But we've got to be marching. So can you make your arms march? Can you make your feet march? Well done. Now we're going to have a picnic and we're going to eat some cake. Okay, but there's something else. I'll tell you the first way and then you can join in as well. I think we might do 5 today. They're not 5 fingers. We've got 5 little ants. Can you make your ants march? Okay, here we go. 5 little ants were marching in a line. They found a picnic that they could dine. They marched on the salad. They marched on the cake. Marched on the pepper. Oh, that was a mistake. Achoo! 4 little ants were marching in a line. They marched on a picnic where they could dine. They marched in the salad. They marched on the cake. They marched on the pepper. Oh, that was a mistake. Achoo! 3 little ants were marching in a line. They marched round a picnic where they could dine. They marched on the salad. They marched on the cake. They marched on the pepper. Oh, that was their mistake. Achoo! 2 were marching in a line. They marched on a picnic where they could dine. They marched on the salad, they marched on the cake. Uh-oh, they marched on the pepper. That was a mistake. Achoo! One little mite was marching in a line. He found a picnic where he could dine. He marched on the salad, he marched on the cake. Oh, he marched on the pepper. Uh-oh, that was a mistake. Achoo! I think they sneezed themselves all the way from the picnic. Let's see, can you roll your shoulders again? Maybe we can do one more rhyme. Now this one's a bit tricky. We have to use our fingers. First of all, we have to put our pointer fingers up. Can you do that too? Then we have to put our thumbs out. Can you make your thumbs touch? And then pull them apart. Can you make one hand turn upside down? And we're going to touch a finger and a thumb, and another finger and a thumb, and then we're going to twist. Who moves like this? Do you know? I think you might. Can you join in with me? Incy, Wincy, spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed poor Incy out. Out came the sunshine and dried up all the rain. So Incy, Wincy, spider climbed up the spout again. Give yourselves a big clap for joining in. Now, let's see. We had some ants in our first rhyme. Do you know how many legs an ant has? Let me tell you. Not one, not two, 3, 4, 5, 6 legs. But what about a spider? Does a spider have 6 legs? No, a spider has 8 legs. And that's something to remember because in my very first book that I've got for you today, there's 6 legs and 8 legs and something that has 3 legs. In fact, that's the name of our story. It's called 3. And this is a very special book because it's written and illustrated by Stephen Michael King. And the publisher for this one, we can find out when we open up the book and we look on this special page, and it's from Scholastic Australia, a special press book. Okay, here we go. This is 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Every day was a skip and a hop for 3. When the sun was shining, oh, he was nice and warm. And if it rained all day, oh, he felt really clean. And his waggly tail kept him very well fed. Well, occasionally he went looking for a home or somebody to love. But mostly he walked all the way from here, all the way over to there, or wherever his nose went. Dogs are very good at sniffing. Can you sniff like a dog? Where are you going? Well, 3 sniffed his way and he found a 6 leg. Living in the city was hard for little 6 legs. These were happy that 3 was happy that little 6 legs had underground homes far away from busy feet. Do you know what those 6 legs were? If you look very closely down here, yes, they're ants. 3 sniffed his way, and he found an 8 leg. Living in the city was hard for little 8 legs too. 3 was very happy that little 8 leg had found a house far away from the very busy traffic. And 3 was very thankful that he didn't have any more legs than he could count. Now remember how many legs he's got? 1, 2, 3. Oh, he didn't have any longer legs than he needed. And you know what? He was happy he didn't have 4 legs. If 3 had 4 legs, he might be a chair. Chairs didn't go anywhere. And then 2 legs put their bottoms on them. Do you know what the 2 legs are? All these people. 3 was thankful that his legs took him wherever he chose and that he knew how to cross the road because he waited till the lights turned green. And he went adventuring all through the city, down the paths, round past the bicycle, over the bridge, all the way to where it was green. Well, one day, 3 followed a beautiful scent on the breeze. And he found he'd walked far, far away to a place where the green rolled slowly and the cars were not too many. 3 met a 4-leg with 2 spikes on its head. What sound does that make? Moo. And he found a winged 2-leg that laid eggs. Do you know this one? Our pink 4-leg that snorted through its flat, friendly nose. And a little something that had 2 big ears and 2 big feet. Do you think it was the Easter Bunny? Maybe. Then 3 met a 2-leg pretending to be a 3-leg, just like him. She poured him a glass of milk and shared her biscuits. Do you know what? The girl shared a conversation with 3. Her name was Fern, and they had a lot in common. Fern had broken her arm once. She also talked to herself, and she talked to the trees, and she talked to the garden. Fern's garden was a happy home for 6 legs and 8 legs, and there were also creatures that 3 had rarely seen before. Hopping 4 legs and flying 6 legs and sliding, no legs. What's this one? A snail. Inside Fern's home, they met 1-legged and a 12-legged creature. Fern and 3, asked if 3 would like to stay forever. So Fern, her mother, and her brother and 3 all together. Fern, her brother, her mother, and 3. That would make 4. A perfect 4. Fern and 3 made him a very special curl-up place where it's warm and safe. And on Saturdays, they always had pancakes and ice cream for breakfast. Fern was very thankful for her new friend. And 3 was thankful for everything. And that's the end of the story. To go with a very special story that we've got next, I've got a rhyme and an act 1 to sing and 1 to say. Let's do the saying one first. Okay, can you put your hands up like this? Can you put your thumbs up? We've got 2 old turtles. Okay, can you make your turtles? 2 old turtles were going for a walk. Good morning, said one. Shall we have a little talk? Yes, said the other. I do enjoy a chat. So they walked on together with a knitter, natter, nat. Can you do that with me? Let's do it one more time. Are you ready? 2 old turtles were going for a walk. Good morning, said one. Shall we have a little talk? Yes, said the other. I do enjoy a chat. So they walked on together with a knitter, natter, nat. Now, the other one I have to sing is about a turtle, and his name is Tiny Tim. You might have heard this one before. But let's see if you can join in with me. Can you make a turtle like this? Okay, can you give him a little wiggle? I have a little turtle, his name is Tiny Tim. I put him in the bathtub to see if he could swim. He drank up all the water, he ate up all the soap. Oh, now he's homesick in bed with the bubbles in his throat. Oh, bubble, 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 pop. 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 Now let's do that one more time and you can join in as well. First we have to make our turtle. Okay, here we go. I have a little turtle, his name is Tiny Tim. I put him in the bathtub to see if he could swim. He drank up all the water, he ate up all the soap. Oh, now he's homesick in bed with bubbles in his throat. Bubble, 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 pop. 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 Do you think it's a good idea to eat the soap? No, we don't want to be sick in bed. But maybe we might want to find out about where this turtle goes on an adventure. And this is another special book. And it's called We're Stuck. This one is written by Sue DiGennaro. I think she did the pictures as well. And published by Scholastic again. So let's find out. Oh, wow. Turtle lived in a great big tall building. Can you see where he is? Right at the very top. Turtle's mama handed him a list. It was of the utmost importance, and he tucked it deep inside his pocket. He raced out the door. Oh, didn't want to be late. Okay, well, let's find out what happens next. In building number 24, on the busy side of town, everything ran like clockwork. Every morning, the lift would open, and everyone was in such a hurry, mostly they only ever exchanged a simple nod with the head. That's how they said hello to everyone in the morning. There was a nod and a blink and a step to the side. A grunt, and a sigh, and then a lean to the right. More people getting in, so there was a shuffle forward and a little shuffle back, and they all squeezed in. Then, uh-oh, what happened? The lift stopped. When the lights came back on, it was Whale who said, oh, we're not going up, we're not going down, we're stuck. This won't do, said Crocodile in a huff. I've got a meeting to get to. I have a little shop to open, said Hippo. I've got a doctor's appointment, sneezed Giraffe. I need to get to the hairdresser, said Lion. All together in one loud chorus they yelled, and I can't be late. Call the fire brigade, call the police, call for help. Can you call for help? Help! Now! But the rumbling and the grumbling, the whining and the complaining kept getting louder and louder until Turtle burst into tears. It's my birthday today, he cried, pulling a list out of his pocket, and everyone fell silent. Soon the lift was filled with a gentle wave of whispers. Ooh, what were they saying? Crocodile, he was first. She pulled a pair of plastic gloves from her pocket and she started to blow. Hippo grabbed a newspaper and started to twist and turn and tuck and fold. Oh! Whale helped Giraffe, who was holding a long piece of string. Everyone got busy. Turtle's feeling very sad. It was Pelican who remembered what he had in his lunchbox. And on the count of 3, everybody shouted. Are you ready? Can you count to 3? 1, 2, 3. Surprise! Wow! They've got party hats. They've got a special birthday cake. There were cheers, hip hip hooray! And lots of giggles. Whale told Lion she was a hairdresser and got straight to work. And Giraffe had her allergies checked by Crocodile, who was no longer worried about being late. No one even noticed how much time had passed until in broke the firemen one by one. 1, 2, 3. No one even seemed to notice. The firemen shook their heads as Whale shook their hands. Realising there was no real emergency, the firemen helped themselves to a slice of cake and a cup of tea. And in Building 24, on the busy side of town, nothing was ever the same again. I think when they got in the lift in the morning, they would say hello. And they might even ask about special things that had happened in their day. Get us ready for our next story. We're going to sing a favourite called Baa Baa Black Sheep. But can you show me 3? Every time we say a number, I need you to touch your finger. Are you ready? Baa Baa Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. 1 for the master and 1 for the dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. On this hand, let's have some brown sheep. Baa Baa brown sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. 1 for the master and 1 for the dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. Now the story I've got next is not about some sheep, but it is about an animal that has lots and lots of fibre all over that we use for special things, for making clothing. It comes from the strongest fibre in the whole world, natural fibre. And it comes from an alpaca. An alpaca is an animal with a beautiful face and lovely soft wool that comes from South America. I went to South America, I went to Peru, and I saw some up close. Not too close, because you don't want to make an alpaca scared, because then they spit. They don't spit the saliva from in their mouth, they spit whatever is inside their tummy. So you don't want to get too close or make them grumpy or scared. But I did find a limerick about an alpaca. This limerick is called Alpaca. An alpaca who lived in Peru while crossing the Andes turned blue. So a poncho she wore, her health to restore, and prevented her from catching the flu. Very cold in the Andes. They're very high mountains. Let me tell it to you one more time. An alpaca who lived in Peru while crossing the Andes turned blue. So a poncho she wore, her health to restore, and prevented her from catching the flu. And that's because I'm telling you that limerick because I've got a really fun book for you by Matt Cosgrove called A Stack of Alpacas. Have you ever played a stacks on game? One person and then another person gets on top and then another person and then another person. If you've got lots of people in your house, you can make a very big stack. But Matt Cosgrove wrote this one and did the pictures as well. And let's find out who published this one. Let's see. This one is published by Koala Books. I have to look on the back for this one. And a branch of Scholastic. Now, this alpaca is called Macca. Definitely an alpaca. He collects funny caps and he loves taking naps. Lots of rhymes in this book. That guy, he's called Drew. He's Macca's nephew. He's round as a bubble and loves nothing but trouble. Honk! Flipped him out of the hammock. Now, here are Macca's nieces. He loves them to pieces, and they're called Reese and Roo, and they're trouble times too. Stacks on, Uncle Mac! Crack! Oh, my back! Well, when the gang came to stay, they played up all day and thought it was cool to break every rule. These are the rules, okay? Eat your veggies, play nicely, use your manners, be tidy, and act sensibly. I'm sure you do all those rules every day. Uh-oh, they flicked their peas and they scoffed down lollies. They fought over toys and they made lots of noise. Boom, vroom, crash. There was smashing and splashing, jumping and thumping, fighting and biting, binging and whinging. Macca looked at the mess and he cracked from the stress. Reese, Roo and Drew, I expect more from you. Seeing Uncle Mac completely blow his stack, the trio were surprised and they apologised. Oh, we're sorry, Uncle Mac. They gave him a special present. Oh, can you see what they gave him? They cuddled the alpacas, all huddled, and came with a plan to get everything spick and span. From high to low, it was go, go, go. Reese rubbed and wiped. Roo scrubbed and swiped. Drew dusted and scooped until they're all pooped. I'm so proud of you there, Macca whispered softly. But as he left them to sleep, he accidentally went beep. Have you ever done that? Tried to be really, really quiet and then made a loud noise? Lots of fun when you're reading stories. But all these stories that I've read, you can request from the library. Have a look at our catalogue and see if there's something else that you'd like to borrow. If you request a book, we can give you some new ones, some extra ones, some surprise ones when you come to our special door to pick them up. Thank you. See you next time.